Hello ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, my name is 𝓫𝓸𝓸𝓸𝓸𝓏𝓫. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a quick TBR-esque video because I want to talk about books and authors that are on my radars this summer. I don't want to have a strict TBR that I need to follow because trying this with Asian readathon, which was a normal thing when you're doing a readathon, you kind of do a TBR almost always when you're participating, but even this small TBR of 5 books kind of put me in a place where I have rules a bit more strict that I prefer to have in my reading journey. So this books on my radars type of thing will be something that can help my viewers, very limited number of my viewers, to see what they can expect this summer in terms of content and wrap-ups, and at the same time it won't feel from my side as limiting as TBR feel for me right now. So the first series of graphic novels on my radar is FRNK by Olivier, Bocquet, Brice, Cossu and Yoann, Guillo. It's about a boy who time travels and kind of time trapped in a prehistoric era, and I honestly love all the prehistoric ancient kind of themes, especially when they are depicted graphically. So I'm looking forward for reading this series of graphic novels. I think there are 7 of them. As well as following the same prehistoric theme, I want to read Gone by Tanaka Masashi. I already read 4 silent graphic novels about dinosaurs by different authors, and I also heard a lot of good things about this one. It's also a silent graphic novel about a dinosaur, and I know that for many people it's their childhood favorite, so I want to lend my hands on it and try. I'm sure that it will be good because it's kind of a pattern I see this reading year, that silent comics are just doing great for me, and dinosaur topic is occurring over and over again, so maybe that's just a sign I need to read Gone as well. Another series I want to try is Ice Cream Man and Samurai Slasher. I also want to read Norroway by Seaton, and in terms of authors, I want to lend my hands on Hanselmann, who has a series about Maxwell, and I know this works from countless Pinterest pictures that I saved, and she has a very distinguished style, and I'm interested in would it be good for me, plot-wise and aesthetic-wise, because I like how Maxwell looks, but I'm not sure if the plot will be interesting for me. As well as I want to read more by Koren Shadmi. I have already read one of his books, Love Addict, which I will be mentioning in my future wrap-ups, but I didn't like the plot of the book because it was about, well, sexual addiction, not love addiction, and about his experience with using online dating app for hookups. So the topic of it was not interesting for me, but I love the art and I want to try more from him. As well as I have a particular interest in Jacques Tardi. He has a few graphic novels on war, and I love this topic in books and in graphic novels, so I may try something from him. That's a weird thing to say, but I know there are a few graphic novels about Leonardo da Vinci, and I want to try a few of them because lately I have been interested in his biography, but when you are reading it in a format of graphic novel, it's much easier to comprehend and it's quicker than reading a whole book, and I'm not sure if I'm interested enough in him to read, the whole book about him, and Wikipedia articles are not fitting my interest enough, so I hope I will find a few good graphic novels about him. And again, to concrete authors I want to read from, it's Michel Kichka, and two of his books. One is a second generation, The Things I Didn't Tell My Father, and second one is Falafel with Hot Sauce. As I understood, his works are mostly about Israel and coming to countries and traveling and reading something from different corners of the world or about different corners of the world. Of course, I want to lend my hands on Guy Delisle and his travelogues, because in time when I can't currently travel, but I really want to, I want to see his travelogues, and I already read one book from him. It wasn't a travelogue, which he is most famous for, hostage, about a man who was kidnapped to Russia by Russian terrorists. This book was not about traveling, obviously. It was about this repetitiveness and survival of this hostage. I really like the author's art style, but I want to read the most famous work from him. I have two more authors that I want to read from, and I hope to do this summer, and it's Jason. Of course, when you're talking about anthropomorphic comics and silent comics, he and Jim Woodring are two authors that come to mind of people who I was asking recommendations for silent comics from. I know Jason because I already read one of his silent comics with anthropomorphic characters, and it was quite good. Jim Woodring, I know that he is author of a FRNK book and other book about the same characters, I suppose, and they're also silent or semi-silent, and that's something I'm really interested in. So that's all my plans, and I hope I will be able to fulfill them, and I will be glad to share my journey and my experience with you. Thank you so much for your time and watching this video, and I hope to see you really soon. Goodbye. Like, subscribe, comment, and all the good things.